Hey everyone, I'm back. I've got another new cool toy review. This one just came in the mail. I actually just got the box from the front porch. As my wife and the boys were leaving, they're going to be really excited about this one because this is a 6-inch G.I. Joe Flint action figure. This is part of the Classified series from Hasbro. It's out now. You probably will not find these guys in stores. Honestly, these figures have been shipping for over a year now, and I have yet to see one single figure on a department store shelf. They're just not there. For some reason, they're not making it to shelves. You can order them online. This was actually a Christmas gift from my wife. It's now May. So it's taken this long to get here. She had to pre-order it, which is what people are doing to find these things. Some of them are selling out really quickly, and you can find them on the secondary market on eBay for sometimes hundreds of dollars, these guys. So they're really desirable, and for whatever reason Hasbro is not making enough, or the retailers aren't ordering and stocking enough, or both. But anyway, Target actually had an exclusive assortment all their own. It included a lot of really cool figures that people were really looking forward to, and nobody could find them. And some of them are going for, like I say, hundreds of dollars on the secondary market. And they were, pretty important figures. There's Beachhead is one of them. He's one of the leaders of the G.I. Joe team. And so now, a lot of people are going to have holes in their collections. People who have been looking forward to this stuff for a really long time. I got a really cool kind of smudge effect going on the packaging there. This kind of looks like a John Borman movie. I'm going to pretend like he directed this video. But anyway, I'm going to open up Flint. I'm really excited. Flint was my favorite G.I. Joe when I was a kid. Actually, he still is my favorite G.I. Joe. So anyway, really looking forward to opening this guy and letting you know what he's all about. You can see the packaging. It's really nice. It's got some really good artwork here of Flint. Looks pretty close to how I've always envisioned Flint. The face sculpt is really good. We're going to get more on that a little bit later as I open him. And then you got some nice artwork of Flint on the side here, which I actually hadn't had a chance to look at yet, but that's really cool. Flint right there with his weapon. And then on the back, it's got this really cool group shot of a bunch of G.I. Joe characters, some good guys, some bad guys. And Flint is right there. And there's his lady love, Lady J. She's also out. I didn't get her pre-ordered, but I'm hoping to get her pretty soon, hopefully. But yeah, a lot of these characters have already been produced. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and say that pretty much all of them have at this point. No vehicles yet, except for a motorcycle that came with the Target exclusive Baroness that nobody can get anyway, so that doesn't matter. If they produce any vehicles for this line, they're going to be pretty large, because like I said, these figures are 6 inches, and they're more than almost twice the size of the original G.I. Joes, which were 3 3/4 inches. So yeah, let's get them open. It's got a really nice box here. This is what we in the collectors community call collector friendly, because you can take everything out, put everything back in. You keep the box, you can display him out of his package or in his package, however you choose. And everything goes back together nice and neat, just like you got it in the store, except for this little tape on the top that I had slit earlier so that I could get him out easier for the video and wouldn't have to fumble with that. Okay, so here is Flint. I'll go ahead and pull him out of his plastic coffin. No twist ties or anything holding him in place. He just pops right out. As you can see, I can just pop him back in whenever I want, and there he is. One of the things that's really cool about this version is that you can actually take off his beret. The original version, his beret was molded in place, so as a kid I had never seen what Flint looked like with his hat off. Even in the cartoon he always wore his beret. That beret is included with the figure. There it is. Little tiny beret. And Flint is a warrant officer. And in the U.S. military, a warrant officer is directly above your non-commissioned officers. And Flint is actually the second leader of G.I. Joe, right next to Duke. Duke is the main leader, and then Flint, and then guys like Beachhead and Stalker. Beachhead has been produced, but like I said, he's impossible to get. But hopefully they re-release him so I get a chance to get one. He's a really cool-looking figure, too. And yeah, I'm going to get his weapons out here, too. So the original Flint figure had always come with a shotgun, and this one is no different. He comes with his shotgun also. A friend of mine noticed something when they started showing pictures of the prototypes online for this figure before he was released about the shotgun that's a little strange. And if you notice, it's actually a pump action shotgun, which is consistent with the original figure. There he is. Always had a pump shotgun. So this one is a pump shotgun, but for some reason it also has this action, which is the break open, and it works as an over-under shotgun, I'm assuming. And yeah, that's not really something that is consistent with the way shotguns work. If you have a pump, you really don't need this over-under style of loading. Pumping the shotgun actually, moves the shells into the chamber, and you don't need to actually break open and put your shells in there. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get his gun in his hand. And another cool thing about these figures is that, and this is really owing to the scale, these are much more posable than the original 3 3/4 inch GI Joes. They only had one articulation joint at the elbows, so there were a lot of shooting poses they weren't able to get into. But these guys have double jointed elbows, which allows Flint to hold his shotgun in both hands. He's also got his pistol here, which is not really a real world pistol, but it gets the job done. These ones are a little more sci-fi in the style of their weapons, and his gun fits in his holster right there. And as you can see, he's got a lot of range of motion in his legs. He's got these double jointed knees, which will allow him to kneel down. A lot of figures didn't have that when I was a kid. It's very appreciated now. My sons love it. They actually like figures that they can pose. If I give Jordan one of my older figures that doesn't have knee joints, he asks, "Dad, how come this guy can't sit down?" Which I guess is pretty important to him, especially because he wants him to sit in the vehicles. But these guys can do that. His feet actually tip up and down. They move side to side. They rotate. He's got this little joint in his shin that allows his foot to turn in and out. His thigh turns in and out. Let's get this. Let's see. So his elbows are double jointed, so he's got a really wide range of motion. He can actually cross his arms here really well. Let's see if I can do that. So he can cross his arms really well, which is something the earlier original 3 3/4 inch GI Joes weren't capable of. He also has a small sheath on his back, which his shotgun fits into, so we can stick that in there so he doesn't have to hold it in his hands all the time. He's also got these rotating bicep joints, so his hands turn in and out. His shoulders have a full range of motion. The arms go up and down. His wrists twist from side to side, and they also move in and out. It's good for posing. A lot of collectors these days like to pose their figures realistically on the shelf, or some of them even take pictures. There are guys who have made careers out of taking pictures of action figures in a really artistic manner, and so that's something that some people do also. And these figures make it really easy. He's got his gear harness right here. He's got some extra shotgun shells. If you really wanted, you could probably take this off. I don't think it's really meant to do that. The other figures that I have for this series, you can take them off, but you have to kind of break the seals on them. They're actually glued together, but it is possible to get them off, so if you're into customizing, you can do that. He really kind of strongly resembles Patrick Swayze in his prime, if you ask me. He's got that kind of profile, and something that the original Flint didn't have, but that they added to this one, is this scar right here over his eye. Makes him look a little more battle hardened, like he's seen some stuff. But anyway, his neck also has quite a bit of range of motion. He can look up, he can look down, he can turn side to side, and he actually has two joints in his neck, so he can stick his neck out like that. He can stick his neck back. Maybe it doesn't show up as well in this video, but yeah, he's got quite a lot of range of motion. Yeah, so that's Flint. I don't know what I'm gonna do, because my boys, they really want to play with these guys, and I don't want to deny them. That's part of the fun of having kids when you're a collector, sharing your toys with your kids. But they tend to want to lose all the stuff, so all the weapons are, they're not gone. They're around here somewhere. I can always get them and put them back. But they have a lot of fun with these guys. Jordan especially, he's really been into the 6-inch figures lately. Just for size comparison real quick, I've got a 3 3/4 inch. This is not one of the original G.I. Joes. This is from the time of the movies, which I thought were pretty awful. But when they came out, this is one of the figures from that movie that's a Storm Shadow figure. And he's about the same size, a little bit taller than the original G.I. Joes that I played with as a kid. And just to show you the size comparison, that's them side by side. So this guy's actually 4 inches, whereas the original were 3 3/4 inches, so a little bit taller. And these guys are 6 inches, and they vary a little bit. Some characters are taller than others, and some are shorter. So yeah, These are really good. I can't recommend these toys enough if you're a collector or if you're a kid. The only problem with that is you're really going to have a tough time finding them. They're not easy to find in stores, and on the secondary market, like I said, they go for really overinflated prices. A lot of these, I'm hearing reports that they're getting sold out of the back storerooms of stores. So the merchandise comes into the store, and the employees just sell it out of the back room to collector friends, or they buy it themselves and they throw it up on eBay. And these are really not getting into the hands of the collectors, which is really unfortunate, because that means they're also not getting into the hands of kids who absolutely would love this stuff. It's been a while since we've had G.I. Joe merchandise on the shelves, and you know, my kids, like I said, they love this. I've given them a lot of my toys. They have Storm Shadow they've been playing with for quite a while here, and would be really nice to be able to take them into the store, let them pick out which figures they want, and come home with them and let them play. But for some reason, you just can't find them. We did a video, me and Alan, about that a little earlier in the year, about how difficult it is to find toys as a collector, and even as a kid these days. For some reason, the retailers just aren't stocking enough, and the manufacturers don't seem to be making enough. And the thing is, once the retailers have purchased the product from the manufacturers have their money, so they really don't care at this point. They've already made their money. But the thing is, if they produced enough so that they just get into the hands of collectors and kids, then, you know, obviously they're going to make more money. It seems like a no-brainer to me, but that's something that we're struggling with in the toy collecting community, and something that my kids find really frustrating. But anyway, there's Flint, and you can find him probably only online. Sorry. I wish I could be of more help to you than that. But anyway, really cool figure. I highly recommend him. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you I hope you're able to enjoy these figures, that you can find them and get them yourself. And don't forget to leave me a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Feel free to drop me some nice comments below and join in the discussion. Don't forget, when you subscribe, to hit the bell symbol so that you can get notifications, and be sure to tune in for the next video. Thanks. Bye. Yo, Joe.